Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about some new topics of business communication. So let's start with this session today and see what topics we are going to cover today. So we'll be today talking about the employability skills and writing resumes. So when we talk about employability skills here means the skills which is required to get a good job in a very reputed organization or in your dream organization, right? So we'll be talking about what do you understand by employability skills, what is the importance of employability skills in an organization and for employees, and which companies in now present scenario looks for employability skills. Now, next, what we'll be covering is what are resumes, how we have to write our resume, what are the basic tips to write a resume, and which sort of resume is in the trend as of now, right? So, let's start with the topic. Now, employability skills. Employability skills are those essential skills which a person may possess that enable him or her to thrive in any workplace, right? So basically, employability skills are those skills which are mandatory for an employee or a candidate to possess so that he or she can have a very competitive edge in the organization, right? Let's read out the definition or the meaning over here. Employability skills are the essential skills, personal qualities, and values that enables you to thrive in any workplace. These skills are highly sought after by employers and can make a significant difference in your career prospects. So, employability skills not only helps you in getting a very good job, but also helps you to develop and to differentiate your identity in different career prospects, right? Employability skills are crucial for career success. Developing and demonstrating those skills can help you out to enhance your job portfolio and your career progression, right? That means it will help you career if the employability skills will help you in development of your career. You will be able to get more good better opportunities related to your domain and your expertise. So what happens is you just have to keep on developing and demonstrating new skills so that you can give a very good add-on, a very good value addition in your resumes or in your portfolio, right? Let's see. By focusing on continuous improvement and effectively showcasing your abilities, you can position yourself as a valuable asset to any employer. Because when we talk about any organization, employees are the assets for organization. Why? Because without employees, organization doesn't exist. So to act as an asset, you must have that enthusiasm, that skills which can develop not only you as individually but organization as well. So the things are done simultaneously. As the employees grow, the organization also grows. Let's see what are the different types of employability skills. Now we'll be going one by one on each of the employability skills. So there are 12 skills you can see over the slide. Number one is communication skill. Number two is teamwork and collaboration. Number three is problem solving skills. Next is initiative and enterprise, planning and organization, self management skills, technology skills, or we can say technical skills, leadership skills, numeracy skills, global and cultural awareness, professionalism, and interpersonal skills. So, all these 12 skills are very important. An employee or a candidate must possess most of them and must try to inculcate a few of them if he or she is not possessing those skills, right? Let's study about each of them in a detailed manner. So, first we'll be talking about communication skills. As we are from the very first session, we are learning about what is business communication, what are different types of communication types, what are their different communication channels. So, I think it will help you out to first start with communication skills. Communication skills here are of, we're talking about verbal and non-verbal both. Let's go uh, let's discuss about verbal communication. The verbal communication here is the ability to articulate your thoughts and ideas clearly and effectively in spoken words, right? So verbal is oral communication we are talking here about, and the next we will be talking about the written communication. In the previous session, we have studied about what is written communication all about, right? So, as we have discussed, the written communication must convey message in a very precise and clear manner, right? So that the recipient or the receiver must understand the information, thought, or the content you are sharing. So, the capacity to convey messages in written form effectively, which includes grammar, clarity, and conciseness, right? So, written communication, which we are doing with the employee or employer, or you are doing with anyone in the organization or business partner, must be effective. To make it effective, you must follow the rule of 7 C's, right? I hope you must be remembering the 7 C's. So, you should know what are the effective principles of written communication and have to follow it. Similarly, we talk about oral communication. The ability to express your thoughts and ideas should be clearly spoken in words, right? There should be no ambiguity in your words. The words which you are using must be clear and easy to understand by the receiver, right? Next is listening skills. As we have been discussing that only speaking is not important, you also have to be a good listener. Being able to actively listen, understand, and respond to others' point of view. To communicate well or to communicate effectively, you also need to listen, right? So be a good listener as well. So, to communicate, you have to listen it, you have to understand it, the manner it has been meant for, right? So, listening is also very important in communication. Next is non-verbal communication. When we talk about non-verbal communication skills, it uses body language, facial expressions, and gestures to convey messages effectively, right? So, what is the role of body language over there? What postures you are sharing, what gestures you are using to convey a message? Are your facial expressions going with the tone of your words, with the choice of your words or not? Right. So sometimes what happens is you have to keep align your body language as well when you are doing oral communication or you are using written communication. You have to see the tone and pitch of your delivery of words, right? So this totally explains what communication skills, what is the role of communication skills in employability. Moving towards the next skill, we'll be talking about teamwork and collaboration. So the next is teamwork and collaboration. As the name suggests, teamwork. So we are talking about together as a team, because people in our in organization are from diverse backgrounds. So there are people from diversified cultural groups, diversified personality. They have different mindset, different attitudes, different behavior towards a particular situation. So when we talk about teamwork and collaboration, first comes is team cooperation. So working well with other towards a common goal, sharing responsibilities and credit. Next is conflict resolution. When we talk about conflict, that means there are dispute between the members of a team or between two groups. So managing and resolving those conflicts in a constructive manner is known as conflict resolution. We can resolve conflict by uh, counseling, by mentoring, by talking, and by communicating itself. Because if we are not going to communicate with each other, it may we can say it may long last for too many days, or it may stretch for too many uh, lengthy duration, we can say. So instead of stretching that stress or dispute between the team, the resolution is the best thing the team member should go for, so as to maintain teamwork and collaboration go smoothly, right? Next is empathy and respect. When we talk about empathy, is understanding the value of others' perspective also, right? There is one phrase, putting yourself into others' shoes. That is being meant for empathy. Here, empathy is to understand what is the situation of other person by placing yourself into that particular person's place, right? So, teamwork and collaboration is equally important. So, teamwork and collaboration is also equally important, right? Next is problem solving skills. When we talk about problem solving skills, it includes analytical thinking, creativity, and decision making. Nowadays, problem solving skills are required, very much required in we can say eligibility criteria, because the ability to analyze information, identify the key issues, and solve complex problems requires analytical thinking, right? So when we talk about analytical thinking, it is totally about your ability to identify the problems and to give solution to the complex problems, right? So this comes under analytical thinking. Next is creativity. When we talk about creativity, it means thinking out of the box or to innovate something new. So thinking outside the box is to develop innovative solution, right? To develop something which is not existing, or you are creating something new with an add-on to the existing idea. Next is decision making. Making informed and timely decisions by weighing options and considering consequences. So decision making is also important. Why? Because problem solving skills will help you to take decisions, right? Because if you not be able to identify key issues, you won't be able to give solution and take decisions. So it is somewhere interconnected. The problem solving skills include what? Analytical thinking, creativity, and decision making. Moving towards the next topic, next type of employability skill. This is initiative and enterprise. Initiative and enterprise includes proactiveness. Like initiative, first of all, here means what uh, step you are taking. Are you initiating a step ahead? Are you being taking a step to identify opportunities and undertake tasks by your own without being asked? So initiative means you have to be proactive, taking the initiative to identify opportunities and undertake tasks without being asked. Next is entrepreneurial thinking. Entrepreneurial thinking here means looking for ways to improve process and contribute to organizational growth. So entrepreneurial thinking here means if you will be having the mindset of an as an entrepreneur, you will be always try to improve your process, always try to contribute your organizational growth, right? By thinking about your improvement and how to contribute to organization's growth. So entrepreneurial thinking helps you in improving and initiating new ideas or initiating new steps. Next is risk management. Risk management is always talking about how to evaluate and manage risks in a balanced and informed way. Risk management is always about mitigating or assessing how you can mitigate or overcome the risk, what strategies you can use. So all these things gives you a mindset of an entrepreneur. So by taking initiative, by having an entrepreneurial mindset, you can do great wonders in your organization, right? Not only to forecast risk is only a mindset, but you also have to provide a proper solution or a strategy to mitigate that risk, right? Moving towards the next point, planning and organization, as it's a very important principle of management, also planning and organizing. So as an employee, you must have time management skills and prioritization and resource management. So what planning and organization is saying that you must know time management. You must know how to prioritize your task, which task is on high priority, which is on secondary priority. You have to manage it accordingly, right? And the next one is resource management. You have to check whether you are using the optimum, whether you are doing the optimum utilization of resources or not. Are the resources being used efficiently without any wastage in money, without any wastage of time? So, efficiently and effectiveness is very important when we are talking about the optimum utilization of resources. So, time management here is managing one's time. You have to avoid procrastination over here, right? You don't have to procrastinate that we will do this particular task tomorrow. If you have lined it up for the same day, then you must try to complete it on the same day. So, time management is very important. Next is resource management. In resource, as I mentioned, you have to use the resource without wasting the resources, whether it is raw material, whether it is organizational resources, whatever you are getting to fulfill your task, you have to utilize it and make sure that things are going very smoothly without wastage. Next is self management skills. When we talk about self management skills, it is all about our own self management. How can we manage our own self? So, self management includes adaptability, responsibility, and resilience. Let's study one by one what adaptability says. You have to be flexible and open to changes. Adaptability is that you are very open to changes and you are very flexible. So, being rigid will not help you to survive in any organization. You have to adapt to changes, right? So, adjusting to new conditions, new tech, like if there is some new technology being introduced to your organization, then you have to adapt it. You have to adapt the according to the new policies and workplace changes. So adaptability is something you have to adopt the change. You have to be open to change. You must embrace the change instead of being rigid. So be flexible towards changes. Next one is responsibility. When we talk about responsibility, taking ownership of your task. If some task is assigned to you, you have to take ownership. You must be responsible for answers. If you have taken a task, if a task is being allotted to you, then there is an accountability of yours that you have to mention whether that task is completed or not completed. You have to be accountable for both the conditions. If it is being completed, then also, and if it is not, then what are the reasons behind or behind incompleteness and all. So must take ownership and accountability for your task. Next is resilience. Resilience here is bouncing back from setbacks and maintaining a positive attitude. That means you don't have to put yourself into a condition like or yesterday you have some dispute with a person and now today you are stretching it also. You just have to bounce back to normal working style, because setbacks are very important. Bounce back from setbacks to normal routine. You cannot stretch it for a long time. We are into profession, we have to make professionalism, right? So we have to understand the professional working style. So we have to maintain a positive attitude and we have to start again in next working day with a fresh start. So these are the self-management skills: adaptability, responsibility, and resilience. We'll be moving towards the next type. Next is technology skills, or we can say technical skills. So when we talk about technology or technical skills related to technology. It includes digital literacy, information management, and learning and adapting to new technology. When we talk about digital literacy is what? A proficiency with basic computer applications and software relevant to the job. Digital literacy is what? That you have to be aware, you must have the basic and the elementary knowledge of how computer applications and software works, because in today's era nothing is done on manual basis or on papers. Everything requires digital literacy. You must know how to operate a computer or how to operate computer softwares and applications, right? So digital literacy is must in today's working scenario, as everything has gone digital post pandemic. So must know what digital literacy is. Next is information management system. Must know how technology is used to manage information and analyze information. There is an information management software where you must know how to use it, how to feed the information, how to store it, and then how to manage it accordingly. So you have to manage the information of each and every department which is assigned to you. You have to use it as your data management or data analysis tool. Next is learning and adapting to new technology. As I mentioned, you have to embrace the change, staying current with technological changes and advancement helps you in updating your skills. So what does it mean? That you must know, must learn the new technology which are updating day by day. Must know how to use these technological tools like ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, everything. And this will not only help you but also update your skills, and it will be a value addition to your portfolio or to your resume. Next type is leadership. Now, leadership here means motivating others, delegation, and vision and strategy. When we talk about a leader is a one who empathize also and instructs also, right? So leader is someone who motivates also, and at some point of time he or she may empathize with his or her team also. So motivation is very much required from the part of a leader. Inspiring and guiding members will help them achieving goals, because if leader will not be able to motivate you, then the team members will not be able to encourage themselves or persuade themselves to achieve the desired goals. Next is delegation. Assigning tasks effectively to leverage team strength. Leader must know to whom to delegate what task. Like leader must know the capacity of their team members, the uh, we can say the expertise of the team members, that which team member is expertise in which domain. So the task may be delegated accordingly so as to leverage their strength and to get the result which will having a synergical effect, right? Next is vision and strategy. As we are talking about vision and strategy, setting clear goals and developing strategies to achieve them. The vision, what vision? The leader has to take a vision that this particular goal has to be achieved in this manner. So he or she must design or develop strategy likewise only, right? So moving towards the next type of employability skill, numeracy skills. Here, numeracy, we basically talk about aptitude, or we may basically talk about the basic arithmetic, data interpretation, financial literacy. These are also very important. So we must, if we are not very much pro in all these things, at least we must know the basic and elementary skills of numeracy. So basic arithmetic, comfort with numbers and basic mathematical operations must be known to each and every candidate out there. Because what happens is at in few organizations there are aptitude tests as well. So they test your basic numeracy skills, your comfort with numbers as well, right? So basic arithmetic is required. So must have candidate must have comfort with numbers and mathematical operation, data interpretation, analyzing and interpreting data accurately to inform decisions, right? Data interpretation is equally important as we will be in organization, we will be working, we will be collecting data. So we have to analyze and interpret also. So that must be done accurately so that the decisions can be taken effectively. Next is financial literacy. Financial literacy says understanding and managing financial information effectively. Here, financial information related to the company shares, company stocks, company's financial statement, the balance sheet of the company, everything, the profits and losses, the cash inflows, outflows. So these all things counts of financial literacy, right? So the understanding of basic financial information is very much required. Next is global and cultural awareness. As I have mentioned that people in organization are from diverse backgrounds. The organization is of diversified manpower, or we can say diversified employees. So understanding cultural sensitivity is very important, right? Understanding cultural sensitivity is very important. So you have to respect the cultural differences and work effectively in diverse environments, right? So must understand and respect the culture of other people also, so as to work effectively in a team or in diverse environment. Next is global mindset. Being aware of global issues and trends helps you give a good impact in workplace. You must be informed about what is going all around in the world. You must be informed of all updates so that you may, if there is going some discussions, so you may be able to initiate in discussion, and it also gives a good impact that you are having a very global mindset. You are informed about each and every thing going all around that workplace, which is required. The discussion, you can be a part of discussion at workplace. So it also gives the good impact not only on the employee but on the other team members also. They also get motivated to learn more about global awareness and all, right? So just get to the next skill, that is professionalism. When we talk about professionalism, it includes work ethics, integrity, appearance, and behavior. So when we talking about professionalism, what professionalism is, we all like in general discussions or in general conversation, we always talk about be professional, be professional. So what is be professional? Let's discuss. When we talk about be professional, you have to demonstrate a strong commitment towards work and high level of effort, right? You must be being professional means you just have to follow the work ethics. You have to bounce back from the setbacks. You have to maintain the positive attitude. You have to embrace the change. All these things express the professionalism and also the integrity. You have to be honest with the work you have been assigned or the work you are doing. You have to follow the ethical standards and trustworthiness of your job, right? Because integrity is something which must be there in an employee. If you are not follow the principle of integrity or honesty, you will not be the employee for a very long run, right? So appearance and behavior. Presenting now professionalism also includes your appearance. How you are going to your office or how you are going to your organization. So presenting yourself in a very professional and thorough manner. Proper dress, we can say, should be there. A formal dress code must be followed, and with a proper behavior. The ethical behavior must be followed. You have to, in short, we can say, you have to follow the professional code of conduct, uh, which may vary from profession to profession. For a doctor, the professional code of conduct may be differ as compared to employer or a banker, right? So professional code of conduct must to be followed by demonstrating a strong commitment towards their work and profile. Next, when we talk about is interpersonal skills. When we talk about interpersonal skills, it includes networking, influence and persuasion, and negotiation, right? When we talk about this interpersonal skills, we talk about networking. We talk about networking. Networking here means as it's an interpersonal skill, so we need to communicate with people in the organization. So building and maintaining professional relationships with the people at your workplace, that is known as networking. Influence and persuasion. If somebody is feeling demotivated, you must help them, you must motivate them to boost their morale and to help them to work more efficiently and effectively so as to increase their productivity, right? So influence and persuasion here means effectively motivating someone to gain support for ideas or projects, right? So sometimes what happens is people easily get influenced. So you just have to take care that you are not influencing someone negatively. You always have to influence people positively and help them to grow, right? This will also help you to grow. Demotivating someone, um, asking someone to not completing task and all this will not help you to grow and not also help other person to grow. So always give a very good influence on people, right? Next is negotiation. When we talk about interpersonal skills, negotiation is also very important. Why? Because reaching mutual beneficial agreements through discussions will help both the parties. Because when we're talking about negotiation, we are talking about two parties. So both the parties have to uh, come to a mutual discussion or mutual sacrifice, we can say. So what happens is when we do negotiation, either one party wins or both the party wins, or one party lose or both the party loses. So when both the party loses, the management takes the decision. And when there is a mutual agreement, both the parties sacrifice 1 point from either of them, right? In each, like each of them sacrifice 1 point. And when there is a win-win strategy, either both win, or when there is a win-lose strategy, one party wins and one lose the deal. So what happens is negotiation is basically the management or the person must try to have mutual benefit without losing anyone, right? So as to maintain harmony and peace in the organization. Moving towards the next slide, developing employability skills. We'll be talking now. We have talked about what is employability skills, what are the different types of it, and now we'll be talking how we can develop it. So we can develop it through education and training, through work experience, through continuous learning, and by feedback and reflection. So when it comes to education and training, we must engage in formal education and training programs to build specific skills. So for developing some skills, if you are not having that skills, you want to inculcate in it in yourself, or so in that case you have to impart training, you have to get training and education from those specific skills provider or skill trainers, right? We can also say employability skills are also a part of soft skill, or we can say are known as soft skills as well. Next is work experience. Work experience means we can learn employability skills by gaining work experience, by working in organization, by working in internship projects, by volunteering in project work. So what happens is work experience will help you to learn new things. You learn how to behave in an organization, how to what attitude should be maintained in an organization, how to deal with people in different with a different mindset. So everything helps with everything you learn with experience, right? Working day by day with the people at different locations, or we can say at workplace with different mindset of people. Next is continuous learning. Stay connected. Continuous learning here means stay connected with your industry trends. Suppose if you are working in an IT sector is growing within a second. Every other second, there is a new technological advancement. So you have to stay in industry trend. You have to learn the things and must seek for new opportunities for learning and developing, because this will not only benefit the organization but will also add value to your portfolio and value to your resume. So continuous learning will also help your development, right? Next is feedback and reflection. You must accept the feedbacks. If somebody is giving you constructive feedback, it's very good. If somebody is giving you a criticism or a feedback which is negative, you must try to analyze it and try where is the area of improvement, because every time you cannot be having a good feedback. Sometimes there might be errors. We are humans, and yes, we can do errors and we can do mistakes. So try to accommodate with negative feedbacks also. Positive feedbacks will not help you to grow, but if there are some negative feedbacks, you are analyzing it, you are improving that, that will help you to grow more, right? So always accept the feedbacks, try to accept the criticism also, right? Next, let's see how we can demonstrate that skills, the skills which we have studied till now. We'll see how we can demonstrate those employability skills, right? So we can demonstrate it using resume and cover letter. We can highlight relevant skills and experiences in our resume and cover letter. In job interviews, we can provide concrete example of how we have demonstrated these skills in past experiences. If there is a fresher or a student who is going for his first job, then he might give example how he has demonstrated the skills in his college events, in his projects, in his internships, right? And if there is an experienced person, though, they might give the example of their past organization or the past employers they have worked with. Next comes the professional portfolio. We create a professional portfolio showcasing our work and achievements. We create a portfolio where we keep the records of everything, what achievements we have got, what awards we have received, what work we have did, and so on, right? So by using these things, we can demonstrate our employability skills. Moving towards the next slide. Now we'll be discussing about importance of employability skills.